Already. Hello. Hello. No intro. Straight into it.
Straight in.
You're probably watching the ads right now. So
yeah.
For those of
Ads.
watching it later, you're gonna watch it straight
All
away.
them Hasbro ads.
Hey, tell you what. The Marvel ones. Mwah.
Yeah, really good announcement.
It's all going on for Marvel at the moment, isn't it?
Oh, mate, look at the shirt I picked up today.
I've actually seen it twice.
So I went into we'll talk about what we're going to talk about in the topic though in a little bit, but relating to that today, I was specifically looking for Deadpool stuff and Wolverine stuff, and I was pleasantly surprised when I was out there today. In Manchester. There's so much, but it's great because for the first time since lockdown, I think a movie has come out and merchandise.
It doesn't suck
with it. Yeah, it doesn't suck. Yeah, it doesn't suck, and you can tell it's flying off the shelves. Like the Wolverine. Wherever I went, there was a Wolverine pop, but there wasn't a Deadpool pop, like just standard Deadpool.
Funny that.
Right?
So when I had my shop, the two Funkos I sold were the Suicide Squad Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
And Deadpool. I could not keep them in stock. So Deadpool.
So I was in HMV and they had both, but only limited Deadpool. And then I went into a few other places and they didn't have any Deadpool, but they had all of the different variants of Deadpool, let's say, without spoiling
all of them.
Most of them, apart from the one that I want the most of, because I just thought it was absolutely brilliant.
No spoilers.
No spoilers. No. Go out and see it though. Everyone in this chat, if you've not seen Deadpool and Wolverine, please. I could talk about it for hours. It's so good.
So good. This is the first movie I've seen multiple times since probably the 80s.
Yeah. I remember you saying on a previous stream, and I was like, no way, that's mint. Yeah.
I had to go see it again. I tell you what, I enjoyed it more the second time.
It didn't feel like a movie. It just felt like a live show. Like it was
like a live stream where they were taking piss out of Marvel and Disney
and Fox.
Not so much 20th Century Fox, because I think it was like a love letter to 20th Century Fox, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, but it was so good. But like again, being out there today in the city centre and seeing merchandise for a movie that's just dropped is how it's supposed to be and how it used to be.
It is like original Deadpool again.
Yeah.
But not so much with Deadpool 2 for some reason.
No.
But I think
this is what I mean. I think they've gone through a phase of like just scaling back stuff when they release movies because they know they're going to be flops. And this one, they know it's just going to be a hit from all the marketing they've done, from all the hype they've done, and it just works. But going on to our topic, being out there today, I went to a new B&M store, a brand new one. It's just opened in the Arndale in Manchester. Nice. And I've done a video, so I'll be putting that out tomorrow so you can see what was actually there. But it was literally a carbon copy of any other that I've ever seen. In terms of like toys and collectibles. The Lego was decent. They had a really good Lego section.
So good relationship with Lego, I think.
But there was no wrestling figures. There was no Marvel Legends. There was hardly any DC Multiverse, which I was really surprised at because normally they have the shelves all the way through. They have like 3 or 4 figures. Maybe they've not got the full orders in yet or something, but there was no Star Wars. There was no Turtles.
I showed the Hasbro panel the other day, didn't I? And I'd missed. I didn't know there was going to be a Marvel Legends one, but I watched it and I thought, oh my god! So when the Star Wars one come, I knew it wasn't going to be as good. So I showed the Marvel one afterwards.
Yeah,
simply because it was so good. And yes, I wish those, like you're saying, I wish those figures could have been out at the same time.
Yeah. And I think that's
because
that's where
with the Star Wars, the Acolyte figures are going to be next next spring.
The next, yeah.
Well, nobody's really bothered about them now, but how bothered are they going to be about them next spring?
I think people are just going to pick them up in Walmart and stuff like that just because they're there.
Yeah.
And it's it's your Black Series collection, and if you are a serious Black Series collection, which there are still a lot of people out there doing it,
can't be completion.
I don't know. No, you cannot. You cannot. Like, it's just bang, 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 and it's not even main characters. It's not hero characters. No. It's just like troopers and stuff like that. It's like I was saying on in the chat the other day. I was like, it's just troopers and stuff. I get it. It's cool. You need to build an army and stuff, but it's still, if you were just going to collect one by one, you'd be like one hero figure and then a load of troopers and then a droid, and then it'd be the same wave after the wave.
When the first came out, so I was pretty much up to date.
Yeah,
and I think I was going into Forbidden Planet every week, at least every fortnight anyway.
Just to pick one up.
2 figures because they were so cheap back then.
Yeah,
you just get 2 figures, and to tell you what, I was putting them on the shelf and I wasn't even looking at them. I was just getting them just because. Yeah, and I thought, why am I doing this? And I looked and I thought, oh, I didn't know I had that figure. Yeah. And then it hit me. I thought, why am I doing this?
Yeah,
and then I couldn't get the Dr. Aphra figure that I wanted. And I thought, you know what? I'm just gonna concentrate on the vintage. So I concentrate on the vintage, got all the vintage, but I have not gone back to Black Series.
No. Again, the only Black Series I've picked up is from Game because they're cheap. Like I will pay a tenner. I'll pay a tenner. I'll pay a $5 for a figure. Like, I'm not paying $24.99 in HMV for a figure.
£3.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
I'm going to be giving that away on Tuesday, by the way.
And it's a good one. The Mando stuff, you got to think how old that is now. Like season 1 Mando stuff, it's like what, 3 years old? Yeah, and it's just they're still putting stuff out.
Yeah,
and like we were saying, the Acolyte dropped, and it's going to be ages until the figures come out. But like you say, I don't think anyone's going to. They will go on offer. They will go straight to Ollie's in America. I love watching Ollie's.
We know Game will get them reduced now because they've got that deal. We know that these 2-packs are all going to be those things you see in Game, those 2-packs and the large figures.
Yeah,
never seen them in store. Seen them in store.
No.
And then all of a sudden, they're in Game reduced.
There was a Grey Hulk and Bruce Banner 2-pack today in Game.
Wow.
And it was 19 quid.
Oh, see, the Endor bunker. I wanted to get that.
That was there as well. Yeah, that's in my video as well tomorrow. Yeah, 30 quid, I think, something like that.
38 quid, I think, isn't it? So we're going to get £2 off it. But with the, I can only get it online, and
right,
it's going to charge me £5 shipping. So I thought, what's the point? What's the point of that?
Yeah,
saving £2 to pay £5. So I thought, no, I'll leave it. I've nowhere to put it anyway. I'd like to make a diorama of it, but yeah.
Do you know what I want on that point? There, someone's just put in the chat. The Acolyte. Do you think if social media, the internet, and stuff wasn't around, people would have enjoyed it a bit more?
No.
Right.
Because referring back to episode 1. Prequels.
Yeah.
Yes, the internet was about, but
reviews were more.
There wasn't Twitter. There wasn't, the rabid fandom.
Not everyone and the dog had an opinion to share online, did they? Like
you just muttered it to yourself.
Yeah.
I wrote an email. I wrote a letter to your logie comic or whatever else. You just muttered to yourself. You wouldn't come on a live stream. That was crap.
Exactly. Right. But I do think there was a lot of that around it. I am going to go back and watch it like all the way through from start to finish. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to binge it and see how I feel coming out of it, because some of the lightsaber sequences and stuff like that, I thought they were pretty cool,
don't get me wrong. It was a show.
It was just a story.
The writing was
horrible. Yeah. I mean, the story could have been decent.
Were horrible, and I turned into the dark side just like that. I know Anakin did.
Yeah, but come on, Anakin's was built over a bloody war and being separated from his mum and killing sand people and
Yeah.
younglings and all that. It wasn't just, oh, I fancy bleeding a crystal now. it wasn't.
Well said there, Dave. That B&M. Yeah, I mean B&M.
We'll get onto that.
I don't even bother going in mine because I only go into film. To be honest with you, I know there's not going to be anything in there.
Yeah,
I like to go to the other towns. Like if I go to Batley, Dewsbury, I even went to Skipton just before Christmas, and they had the Marvel Legends in there. And I bought a couple in there.
Yeah,
but yeah, just know mine. I actually talked to the guy that stopped me filming the last time. I was talking to him and I said, "Look, what's going on? Who's ordering?" He says, "Oh well, it gets orders from above, blah blah blah."
So I've got a theory about that.
Short aisle, and but they could put better stuff in.
Yeah.
They keep it for the better stores, bigger stores.
Yeah, see, that's what I was going to say. So this was just in a shopping mall in the center of the city. Like there is no other B&Ms around there, and it was a carbon copy of the one that's in my town. Like literally every single item was exactly the same. And I was looking at it thinking, I've got on the train, I've come out here. Bloody train got cancelled going back as well, so I had to get an Uber from Manchester to Rochdale. Fortune. It's like I could have literally just walked down the road and just seen the same stuff.
Exactly.
Now, when you go to the bigger stores, like when you go to the one like in York, York's got quite a good B&M. It's got a lot of collectibles and stuff in there. Lots of Diamond Select statues. I noticed last time I went. It has more stuff. So I'm thinking now, after your conversation with that guy in your video, maybe the home stores, so the ones that are in the in the centers and stuff like that, they all just get the same tap sent to them, and the bigger stores actually get a bit more input into what they're putting on the shelves. Maybe I think, and I think that's why some of them suck, and then one shipment will come in at a place. I mean, I got this. I know it's a Funko, right? But I got this from Rochdale the other day, and it's an Entertainment Earth exclusive. Yeah, it's 20 quid, £4.99. £4.99 for B&M, and it was just sat there like around, Costco Reeves and Bo-Katan and Grogu. It was just sat there around them all, and I was just like, you know what? I'm taking that for £5. And I even said to him, I said, "Can you do a price check?" Like, yeah, it's £4.99. I was like, I'll have that. Well, on Amazon, £17.99.
Kids don't buy toys.
Yeah, kids don't buy toys anymore.
No, I don't.
We buy them.
Yeah,
we buy them.
It's like I was saying in the video when I went to Otley. That
good video, that, by the way. Really enjoyed that.
I've just re-uploaded it with better audio, by the way. If anybody wants to go watch it again with better audio, and fix the little errors that were in it. It really bugged me. Did that? I had to go back and redo that today. I actually said I was at the beginning of the video. It was like going in the charity shops and there was nothing in them.
No,
I could have stayed at gone into Marley and got the same amount of tap, but it did get better with the. So I knew it was going to be that arcade. I didn't think it was going to be as good as it was.
It was amazing.
There used to be some other shops as well, like independent antique type shops have probably shut down because of COVID. I was a bit shocked that they weren't there, but it made up for it. I mean, there were a lot of charity shops, and they weren't too bad. I mean, I got a couple of good things.
There were loads. I couldn't believe how close they were together.
Got that Toy Biz Spider-Man play set, which is epic. It's absolutely brilliant.
That's really cool.
But I did miss out on that Rock'em Sock'em robots.
Yeah.
I wish I'd have got that.
How much do you think? How much is that going for? Like
Rock'em Sock'em? I don't know, because it was an old one. It wasn't one of the news. It was like an old version. I thought, bloody hell. But the Toy Biz Spider-Man playset is from 2002.
Wow.
And it's almost complete apart from Spider-Man.
Have you picked it up?
Spider-Man, but yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's a proper playset, Hasbro, not a corridor.
Yeah, actually does stuff.
Or a diorama.
Yeah.
No, it's a playset.
There's that Armorer figure. Like, the Armorer is the peg warmer of the whole series. And now you're going to put it in a box set that no one's going to buy. I don't get it. Like, I don't get it. I honestly don't understand.
In part, oh look, we've got Kieran's going on the side of the toy shops. I also have to acknowledge that the recent McFarlane Multiverse figures and Marvel Legends figures have been terrible, and the Doctor Who figures have dried up too. Doctor Who figures, B&M exclusive, that you can never get.
No, I mean, I've only ever seen them on offer, B&M with the red stickers on.
Yeah,
that's it. Like, let's get rid of these.
They have them out for about a week, and then they put them on offer.
Yeah, yeah.
B&M should not have the license for those.
No, that should be bigger than it is. Yeah, should be bigger than it is. I think Game would do well with them.
I actually think another licensee should get the property. Say, McFarlane. I mean, the thing is, Doctor has become bigger because of Disney now.
Yeah,
and I mean, I don't know if you've seen the trailers for the crossover with Star Trek.
No.
Oh, yes, please.
No, I've not seen that. No.
No, I mean, it's a game for now, but there's an actual trailer of Doctor Who X Star Trek, and it's been coming. It has been coming because they did mention Star Trek and Doctor Who series,
right?
And, Russell T Davies is a big Star Trek fan, and I know I can guarantee, more or less guarantee, there's going to be a crossover.
Nice.
It's in a game to start with,
right?
But further down the road,
could hit the series.
I mean, there's been comics before. But I think it was the Borg and Cyberman Cybermen were fighting each other, and it was pretty epic. So it's going to happen.
That's cool. I like that. That's different.
So
I like that.
So who has the Star Trek license? It was Playmates, wasn't it? But they stopped making them.
Yeah, that's what I can remember. I had loads of Star Trek stuff when I was a kid in the 90s. I had loads. I had Enterprise, the shuttle.
Yeah.
Romulan. What was it? Warbird? Isn't it Warbird?
Yeah.
I never got the Borg cube.
Yeah.
I wanted that. I had the phasers.
I made my own.
Did you?
Yeah. A plastic model kit, model kit sprues.
I used to use the Christmas tree as the Borg because of all the lights when I was fighting with my figures.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
Yeah, so
I miss that.
Exciting. I mean, there's two of the longest running sci-fi shows out there, aren't there? So
yeah,
it only makes sense.
I need to watch. Have you watched any of the new Star Trek stuff? I've not watched much of it. I probably need to check it out at some point. I was watching Next Gen the other day, and I was just like, "This is just so good. Like, why can't they make this?"
Well, there was a trailer of the Comic-Con. There's been a trailer for the new Section 31 movie, which doesn't look good.
I've not seen much out at San Diego. I saw Robert Downey Jr. being announced as Doom.
It's Strange New World. There's like a big scene. They showed the whole scene for one of the Strange New Worlds where they turn most of the crew into Vulcans. And they can't turn back, and they keep taking the piss out of Spock because he's only half Vulcan. So yeah, that looks interesting. Lower Decks, last season of Lower Decks as well, which looks good.
It's good to see that, like you said, fans of these series from the past are making the new stuff now, and I think that's why the new Marvel stuff's going to be, really good.
Doctor Who's not ever getting cancelled again.
No.
It's been dead once. Bloody Amazon. I'm sitting in a front room with the curtains open. The knobhead parks on the main road, jumps the fence, and leaves the parcel by the bin. I hope you shouted at him. I'm sure you did. I've just from Amazon. That's another thing, Amazon. I mean, we can talk about that as well. It's another way of getting stuff into it.
It is another way of getting stuff, but sometimes it feels like you're cheating a little bit.
Yeah, it's not toy collecting. Like eBay, would you say eBay's toy collecting? Because you've got to search for it, haven't you?
You've got to dig. With Amazon, it's like Power Rangers. There you go. There's Hasbro Lightning Collection all in front of you. With like eBay, it's like Power Rangers. All right, now you've got to go through the Nighties, Zeo, Dino Thunder. You finally get to Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. There's about 40 things, and it's like all expensive. It's all boxed. It's all 200 to 300 pound. It's like Jesus. I'd say it kind of is, because you got to go hunting for it. I think you should do more of that on your channel. Some eBay hunts. You find some cool stuff.
I'm not really looking for anything at the moment, to be honest with you. But
that's the thing. Neither am I. And I just
I like to do. What I like to do is, like, when I go to bed, I'll get a glass of milk and get some biscuits, and I'll start looking on eBay, or I'll look at what auctions are coming up. There's an auction coming tomorrow, and I'm thinking,
oh, nice.
I might. It's a lot of crap in it, but there's some nice Meccano paperwork in there.
Oh, okay.
Which could be interesting. So if I'm not doing anything, I'll live stream that tomorrow. I know there's a Vectis one on Tuesday as well. So
oh, cool. Quite a few then.
Going back to Comic-Con, you've not seen any of the Marvel?
I've seen the Marvel stuff. Yeah, I watched your video. I left the chat and I left it on.
No, I mean the announcements last night.
Oh, the announcements I saw was the movie for Doctor Doom, which has got Robert Downey Jr., which was pretty damn cool.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yes.
And then the next one, what was the next one? 26?
It's two Avengers, isn't there? There's Fantastic Four first, and then two Avengers movies. And Secret Wars at the end. Oh, Secret Wars. Thunderbolts as well.
There's like movies now forever.
Brave New World coming up first, isn't there? There's Captain America first, then Fantastic Four, and then the Avengers movies.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It feels after Deadpool and Wolverine, it feels like a complete reset of everything. It really does.
I thought, well, talking about spoilers, but it doesn't reset the Marvel universe as I thought it was going to, especially with the MacGuffin at the end. I thought that was going to happen, but it didn't. But fair enough. Ignore.
Yeah. It was a good use though of what they used. It was a good use of it. Like, I hate them throwing that organization in without a purpose. I thought it was really clever how they did it.
Yeah.
And the fact that Deadpool literally says what episode and what season as well.
Elias? In this thing.
Loki season 1, episode like 7 or 5, That killed me. There were so many Easter eggs and callbacks in that film.
Yeah,
amazing.
It
made me excited for Marvel. It really has, because even like the CGI and stuff
it tells you that Marvel know what they've got, know what the problems are.
Yeah,
it tells you that they know.
Stay away from shit and just make good movies. Like, just make good movies.
I mean,
like,
I've just seen just before we started, Wolverine, Hugh Jackman, was in a taxi in London, and he'd just seen the announcement, and he's laughing his tits off.
Yeah,
and he's going, "Oh." So he didn't know.
Yeah, no, I know.
And I mean, the good thing about the Deadpool movie is that none of it's been spoiled.
No,
the cameos, none of the cameos got spoiled. What the hell?
Yeah, right. Yeah, the cameos were great. But anyway, so retail. So when you go out, what are you? So obviously, as a content creator, we can talk from a content creator standpoint with this. We're going to make content, so we're going to film what's there regardless.
Yeah.
So we're going to go into the store regardless. Now, if we weren't filming or looking, to try and make content, we probably wouldn't spend more than 10 seconds on the aisles.
Totally. No.
And it's sad.
At me, Smiths.
Oh, yes, Smiths. I wanted to ask you about that. How bad was that?
I post Last Jedi Solo movie. That was the worst point I've seen, Smiths. No Star Wars. They had Marvel though. No Star Wars. No. The Star Wars section, but now there's no Star Wars. No Marvel Legends. There's Marvel in there. There's like the Spider-Man toys and whatever else.
12-inch.
There was one
12-inch stuff.
dark saber, and maybe some Grogu stuff.
Yeah,
for Star Wars, and that. I think this is the worst point, worse than it was. Was it 2018? 18?
I don't mind seeing Mandalorian stuff with other Star Wars. It's fine. It's great. But when it's on its own, it doesn't seem to shift at all. It's hi Joe. Yeah, hi chat. Hope you're all doing well. But it's a sad thing. Like, I was in game today and they had retro stuff, all the stuff that I picked up the other week from Bolton, so I could have got it today from there anyway. But they had some new card stuff. They had a lot of new X-Men 97 stuff as well, which was cool. But they also had like the old shit still, the 3 3/4 Marvels, the tiny ones that are like £2, £1.50. They're like full rack of them, which was cool to see. But when it's all together, it makes a good aisle, doesn't it? But when it's like just one Darksaber, you think, what's happening? What's happening? And yeah, and it's like the wrestling figures as well. There was none in this new B&M, none at all. Which is sad because WWE at the moment is like peak. It's like one of the most watched shows in America. It's moving to Netflix as well. Raw's moving to Netflix, so you'd think there'd be loads of like Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, all that stuff, and there's nothing. And the last time I was in Smith's, actually, that it used to be like a full long aisle full of wrestling figures. That first Smith's video I did on my channel, I couldn't believe there was like 6 minutes of it just going through. It was from what?
It was ceiling, wasn't it?
Floor to ceiling. Yeah, it was floor to ceiling, and it was literally like half of a full aisle in Smith's. I
hadn't thought about that because I'm not a wrestling collector, but
yeah.
Now you tell me. I also
can see it
because people that do collect it.
Yeah.
Now you say,
it just shrinks.
Strange.
Every time you go in, something shrinks, and the Funko wall gets bigger.
Do you think it's just the action figure?
Yeah. So like belts and stuff like that, the replica belts always do really well. Something that I always wanted to buy as a kid. I've told you my story of getting wrestling figures. I used to have to go to the market in Middleton to get any wrestling figures when I was growing up. But when like Tesco started showing like the Wing Eagle replica belt and stuff like that, the World Championship belt, the tag team belts, the European belt, I was able to pick them up. So that's probably what kids are picking up now in Smith's. If they're wrestling fans, but there's nothing for collectors really. Like the big as well, Smiths with WWE. They always do sign-ins, like when there's like a live event. They always get wrestlers in to do them kind of things. They do launches. They launch the latest products, but then they don't kind of follow up on it. They don't have a big stock, and each store is just so different. And usually the bigger the store, the worse the collections. I've noticed the smaller ones seem to be a bit better.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's kind of where your look might be in terms of doing actual hunt, would be with B&M, would be in the smaller stores, because there's a chance that something got through and made it there. And that's why we go. That's why I go in, for that chance, in case something sneaks through. There's no way that should have gone through.
There's Funko Pops everywhere.
Yeah,
Funko Pops, they know how to sell their stuff. Every store's gone.
But Mark, would you agree that Funko, if a movie comes out or a show comes out, boom, 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 product?
Oh yeah.
Why are Hasbro doing that? It baffles me. They make so much more money.
See, they got a new contract.
Do they have embargoes?
A new contract with Disney, and they started to bring stuff out. Not before, when like this Acolyte stuff probably won't have come out for another 6 months. It's not anyway, I know, but they wouldn't have announced it for another 6 months.
Yeah,
they wouldn't tell them anything. And now they've got a new contract where they've got to tell them, and they've got to show them stuff. It's like with the green woman, I forgot what they call her. Not really bothered. But
the
lightsaber.
Where's the whip?
What is her lightsaber?
It's a whip.
It's a whip. What's she got in
A
on the
lightsaber.
action figure?
A lightsaber.
A lightsaber.
A purple lightsaber. Yeah.
No whip.
That's in a
But
deluxe
you
version.
know, in 6 months' time, they're going to bring out a whip lightsaber.
Yeah, with a little Yoda head just on the package.
Yeah,
it's weird, isn't it?
Like, they have a problem, Hasbro. Well, I'd say Hasbro Star Wars have a problem.
Yeah, I think that the Deadpool stuff, because I've seen that hitting the stores already in Walmart and stuff on American. I'll watch a guy called Greg Cook.
He's those Deadpool figures.
Great. He's a great YouTube channel, Greg Cook. He like goes in Target and Walmart and everywhere. And he like uploads daily. It's really good channel. I really recommend it if you want to follow what's going on out there. And he was literally in a Walmart yesterday or the day before, and there was Deadpool and Wolverine Marvel Legends there.
Yeah.
Ready to go.
Tell you who else brings the stuff out pretty quickly, and they know what they're doing. Hot Toys.
Yeah. Hot Toys seem to have the jump.
Have you seen the Deadpool?
I've not seen a Deadpool Hot Toys. Let me just look that up.
Deadpool baby? Baby Deadpool?
Oh, no way.
You get Dogpool?
No.
You get Headpool.
Nice.
And you get you get the gold guns. You get everything with it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I mean, they're expensive. We know they're expensive, but they are beautiful, and they're not really toys. The dolls, high-end dolls. But I don't like mine. I don't play. I don't play with mine. I pose them as they are, and they look epic.
They're cool to have around, man. Like they're cool to be in your collection. They're like, it's like levels of your collection. It's like you've got your lower end stuff, or you got your mid tier stuff, and then you've got your top high end Hot Toys and stuff like that. That looks insane. Yeah. Even the statues look mint.
We want a Les Kelly figure. That's what we need.
Giant haystack.
They've done a Big Daddy though, haven't they? They did a Big Daddy. I tried to get hold of that Big Daddy, but you cannot get it. Kendo Nakasaki. One of the wrestling toy companies brought out Giant Haystacks, and Big Daddy brought out Giant Haystacks as well.
Wow.
Never saw in the shops. No, you won't, because it's like with Marvel doing the ROM. You won't see that in the shops. I'm going to have to pre-up. I can't even say it. Pre-up.
Do you think you
yeah.
Hasbro hairball.
Your nerves are going. Where are they going?
Shouting at Amazon.
Knackered. Yeah, so
there's people already doing YouTube reviews on them Hot Toys as well.
What would you say is the go-to toy store to get to say, like, let's say a Marvel Legend?
You're gonna hate it, but I'm gonna say it. At the moment in this country, in a shopping center, game.
I'd say the same. Because if you think about it, like Smiths aren't doing them anymore.
No.
Entertainer.
You might get lucky.
Yeah.
You might get lucky. You might get Infinity Saga or something like that. But
they've got a bit of TVC, news TVC and Black Series, but yeah. And then Forbidden Planet, but they're too expensive.
Yeah, so
if even they're not very good recently.
No, it's like we've just got this whole batch of like Black Panther and Marvels and stuff like that that's sitting there on the shelves, and they're not replacing them with like figures people actually want to buy. They must have. So places like Forbidden Planet, they must know what people want to buy and what they want to get off.
You'd like to think so, wouldn't you?
You think so, wouldn't you? Like,
yeah. You'd like to think so.
I mean, I'm gonna have a quick look on Forbidden Planet's website. I'm gonna type in Marvel Legends and see what comes up. But you can guarantee when you go to any of the stores, it's just completely different. I think that's the problem.
I'll tell you who did come into the game too late. HMV.
I was just going to say HMV. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, again, Marvels.
Because once they start stocking them, the price rise. Oof. And so they're sat on the shelves now. They don't seem. They do reduce some things, but there's few and far between that reduce anything. And they're coming on the necker as well, where they're like £50 each when you can get them cheaper. I mean, I love necker, but they're expensive.
The Forbidden Planet online. So the stuff that we would be talking about, like the Marvels and stuff like that, it is now on offer. But they've got Wolverine, $24.99. And quite a few of the X-Men 97s, but the same X-Men 97s there in game today were like £9 each. Yeah. Like £25 there.
Hey, Paul, say the comics and cocktails. That's another avenue we've not really talked about. Is the fan size?
Yeah.
That is that the Wolverine that they've repacked that came out a couple of years ago.
Yeah, it's the Legacy one. It says Legacy.
I've already got that. So.
Deadpool. Looks cool.
It's
but yeah, they've done that to jump on. Yeah, they've done it to jump on the hype, though, haven't they? With that.
Yeah. But these you see, they showed the Deadpool Wolverine figures. There was 3 of them. There was 2 Wolverines and 1 Deadpool, weren't there?
Yeah.
And then they brought out Colossus, which was just a Deadpool figure from the first movie.
Yeah. They like doing that.
Which was apparently a Build-A-Figure. So they just repacked the Build-A-Figure in a Deadpool box.
That's painful, isn't it? That's painful. What if you spent on that?
Yeah.
£80 maybe to get that Build-A-Figure. If you paid retail for each figure. It's 4, isn't it? So $24.99. Yeah. More.
That's a good point, Kieran. That pick them out at retail shops. I mean, I like to like Gareth with Cosmic Toys.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know I can go get them there because he gets
nearly everything that comes out. We're not really specifically talking about independent toy stores. Because obviously you could just say to them, order me in if they haven't got it and they can't get it.
He's having it because he's independent. He's not buying in the bulk that the other stores can get. So he's having to put it at retail price. And then Games undercutting him with this deal. So it's difficult. It's difficult. I mean, I want to help the independent stores, but then when I see it cheaper, what do you do? It's.
I mean, it comes down to your budget at the end of the day. You know, not everyone's got an unlimited budget, and if I can pick a figure up for £10 and it's £20 down the road, I'm going to go to the place where it's a tenner. But maybe
they did me dirty, so they're dead to me.
Oh wow! Yeah, a few online stores are a bit dodgy. Like sometimes
I use Star Action Figures actually. Oh, In Demand. Sorry, In Demand.
In Demand.
Star Action Figures take too long.
I
pay for that. That's why I like Amazon because I like you next day.
Yeah, it's nice knowing that. It feels better when it's next day. It feels like you've just been out and got it because you get it the next day, like in the morning or whatever.
We've all got our stories with these fan sites. There's always something about them, isn't there? That
Zavi's the same. Like Zavi's the same. You can place an order for like £300 and it never turns up.
Don't ever pre-order anything at Zavi.
No.
I did a video about it about 4 years ago, and it's still one of my top videos because people I keep getting comments saying, "Well, they've done this, they've done this." I'm like, this is why I did the video.
First page mark, Zavi, Deadpool.
If there's something in stock, fine.
Yeah,
and it's cheap, get it. But do not ever pre-order anything from Zavi. So they don't have it. They never get it.
No, they've got a Marvel Legends Ghost Rider on a bike for £15. That's pretty cool. But it's like the first page of any toy shop you go on now there's something Deadpool on there. Yeah. They've definitely used it as a.
I think Amazon's like eBay. It's nice to go shopping and finding something. You're thinking, oh, that's bloody cheap.
It's like
some of the Marvel Legends on Amazon are really cheap.
Yeah.
There's Yelena, the new Yelena, which I don't really like. I don't want to pay full price for it. I think it's £13.
Wow.
Anyway.
Let's have a look. Marvel Legends, Amazon.
Yeah. This Kingpin. I think a Kingpin's something like £15, and it's the figures that I really want, but I'm not going to be paying full price for them. And we know now we won't be paying full price for them, because unless it's something like the Deadpool ones I really do want, that the game's going to get them.
Well, even here's an example. What If Gamora? Yeah, and that was £20 in game. On Amazon, it's £12.99.
Yeah, and it's free delivery.
Yeah,
if you're on Amazon.
Yeah. And it's like,
it'll come tomorrow.
I guess it's budget heavy, isn't it? And it's time. Have you got time to go out and try and find that for that price?
I mean, it's like I said earlier about me getting 2 figures a month, or 2 figures. Yeah, but it were probably about 2 figures a month from Forbidden Planet. I had the budget for it then, because there were 15, 20 quid, or whatever there were. You know what I mean? But it's gone up so much.
Yeah.
You have to go on bargain hunt in these shops.
Here's another example, Matt. Black Panther, Marvel Legends 3 3/4, £9.99. That was £2 in game. So that's the opposite. That's the flip. No independent retailers selling it.
Marvel Legends as well. They'll be reduced for so long, and then they'll all get sold out, and then the secondary market they'll be double.
Yeah. So there's a few, isn't there? I reckon like the Deadpool and the Wolverine stuff that will get very. But I've got a little thing I picked up today.
That's what she said.
Apparently it was there. Bear with me one sec.
Amazon do great deals on figures, but only if you collect loose figures, because they kick the crap out of the packaging. That's true. That's true. I've not really had any issues. They do put them in boxes, don't they? Which is a bit of an issue. But yeah, it doesn't matter if you're keeping them. If you want them loose, it doesn't matter, does it? So, especially if like the warehouse deals are pretty good.
Going to just back on your point about things being expensive after they've been out and sold out. I got Pink Ranger today. I look at the retail, $24.99. That on eBay is £50, no matter where you look. And I picked it up for 19 quid from game. The Yellow Ranger was next to it, and I asked the guy to do a price check, and it was $34.99. What? I was like, why?
That is one thing with game. Their price structure is all over the place.
It's the same figure. Yeah. Just yellow.
The price structure. There's like some figures that I knew that are obviously going to be 25 quid.
Yeah.
But some new ones are like 15, and then some really old ones that aren't selling are going to be 25 quid as well. And I'm thinking, oh, prices them up. What the hell's going on?
Hang on. There's another price tag underneath it. So what was it before that? Oh no, they've not. They've just put on the now only £19. But I went in there 2 weeks ago and that wasn't there. So where's that come from?
Yeah,
right. Where does that come from? Like someone's got that from somewhere and put it in there. It's almost like someone's been to a different store and put it in just to see if it'll sell. But they also had the Dino Zord for £137. I've never seen it. I've got the Megazord, but I've never seen the Dino Zord. And I was like, why is this here? Like, what? This is insane. It boggles my mind. You need to go to that game though. It's very good. Like they have some very good stuff in there. A lot of indie stuff as well.
Game, not the one in Leeds.
It's good. They've got a LAN thing as well in there where you can like hire a PC out and game and stuff like that. They sell slushies. It's like a really nice place to chill. They're really relaxed as well. I'm still using my glasses, but they're really relaxed about it. But it's just weird how you can go in somewhere 1 week, find nothing, and then you can go back in again for the next 3 months and find nothing. Then all of a sudden, everything's changed. Everything that you would have bought is now on offer. There's new stock. It was rotated.
It
and
was the
there's just
same with
not
the Disney
enough.
store, though. Remember the Disney store?
Yeah.
You'd find things in there on offer that you'd never seen.
No, yeah.
It would never
Like
never been on shelves.
You've got some of them Disney specials behind you, haven't you, on your shelf? R2 and C3PO and stuff like that. They were really cool, but they hardly had them. They didn't even have them in Galaxy's Edge this year when I went.
I got those. I've got them signed, but
oh, nice.
They weren't. I mean, the 3PO Black Series wasn't out when they got that signed, and the R2D2 was just the first one, and it was very expensive.
Yeah.
So I said, I'll get the Disney ones. I got them signed,
and they're good. They are good.
Yeah, they are.
The diecast.
I like the 12-inch ones as well. I've got a couple of Rogue One ones. I got Jin. Nice. I did want the Krennic. I think Krennic was pretty good.
Yeah. One thing that I liked that Disney did as well, and not many people did like them, but they always had them in bulk in the Disney stores with them like sets you could get of like almost like the Micro Machine size ones, like the 2-inch ones, figures, and then they're in like a plastic bowl. Do you remember?
All right.
Like a plastic package. And then they all had like
R2.
Yeah, they had.
Yeah.
And they always had them. But then you go in one day, it'd be all Marvel.
Yeah.
And there won't be any Star Wars. And you go in again, and it'd be Star Wars. There won't be any Marvel. It's like they just bounced them out. It was very difficult to collect. It is difficult to collect in the wild now. It's a lot of fun because you don't know what you don't know what you're gonna find. I went to Game just to film, and I ended up buying remastered Pink Ranger there, which is a brilliant figure. Now I've got pink, green, and red. So I'm not buying Yellow Ranger for 35 quid though.
That's ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I pre-ordered the Green Ranger one because I know it just goes. Green Ranger goes out of stock well quick, no matter what. And I pre-ordered it, and within a day it come. It was from Forbidden Planet, so that was good. That was a different experience. But I've had some Xavi experiences where I've pre-ordered and they've not turned up, so I don't do that anymore.
So, I mean, this might be a stupid question, but do you think like Smith's is just a toy shop now?
Yeah, it's
that's so stupid. But I mean, for kids,
it's like bikes. It's good on consoles. It's good on bundle deals as well for things. It's good on Play, Imaginext, all that kind of stuff. They got really good Playmobil set up there and Lego. So that's, if you want to get Lego.
I bet Smiths are bigger than the Lego store.
In some areas in the country, I would actually agree. You know what though? That B&M I went in today had more stock of the stuff people were trying to buy in the Lego store than the Lego store did when I went in. Which is weird, isn't it?
It is.
It even had a new set. They had a new digger construction set that's only just come out, and in Lego it was just coming out sort of thing. So
I mean, Smiths seem to have like an exclusive Lego contract, I think, because there's certain items that will only be either in Lego store or Smiths, like the big sets. They'll say Smiths exclusive on it.
TJ, it was Jason David Frank who played Tommy, the Green Ranger and the White Ranger, and Red Ranger, Zeo, I think. Yeah, very sad, very sad. That's why Green Ranger is so hard to get hold of. And I know that Gareth has got a White Ranger Artifacts figure in the store, and I need to pick that up. I've told him, don't let it go. I need that because they're hard to find. Like, but what's amazing at the moment is I'm noticing, like, we're going back to eBay. A lot of the 90s Rangers stuff now is like becoming very available. I think people are going through the collections. You know that really shit article you read out the other day on the stream?
I don't know which one was that. I read that minute.
all what your toys worth. That
Oh
one.
god, yeah. They seem to be every
The one that
other day,
AI and
though.
Chat GPT wrote.
It's just what? What are you talking about? I actually saw another one, and it was more or less the same stuff, and like Beanie Baby. See,
Yeah, no.
I did write some of these
Mate,
articles.
that was a myth when I was growing up, that Beanie Babies were worth money.
Oh yeah, it was just like they did it themselves.
Yeah.
I've been paid. I've been paid to do some of the articles for newspapers before. I
Right.
think I did the top 15 Star Wars items to go at auction. I've done a Pokemon bloody article. I know nothing about Pokemon.
I wish I knew more about Pokemon cards because
Yeah, I mean, I think I said it the other day when I saw all those My Little Ponies that I need to know. I want a My Little Pony guide,
yeah.
just because I know they're worth a lot of money. The
And
original
they
ones.
always crop up in charity shops as well, which is a thing.
Yeah, and I look at them, I'm thinking, I need. I mean, I could read up on online, but I like to have guides. I've got so many different guides. I've got guides on stuff I don't even collect,
I
like
got
Master of the
one.
Universe, and
I got one for the
I like reading
lightsabers.
about toys. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not always toys I've got,
Mm-hmm.
but just to get to know the history.
That corgi book you got, or the few corgi books you got from that auction that you had, that was incredible. The stuff that was in that, I love to sit down and read that. Like, just go through it all.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
I still want that big book of Corgi. I can't.
Yeah.
I think I won. It was like a job lot, and it was there in the job lot. I think I won it for about 12 quid, but they said somebody else had outbid me, and it's like £100 just for that one book. Oh, gutted.
I think if people started doing guides now for like Black Series, Marvel Legends, and stuff like that, they'd make a killing off it because you'd know when something would be worth picking up, in game or in HMV when you're about and there's a little bit of sale on. So it's
45-inch Smurfs.
Oh, Mark, Acolyte Black Series on Forbidden Planet, 28th of August is when they're coming out.
All right.
So they're actually coming out pretty soon. Yeah, OSHA, 28th, and then May 19th.
Same figure.
slightly burnt hair on one of them. Yeah. And then Master Indara, 26.
I won't mind the X-23 figure.
Yeah,
I mean from the Acolyte. I don't know what they call the actress.
Mm-hmm. Jackie, 26th of August. So it looks like they are throwing the Black Series out. Yeah, slightly earlier.
I'll get that one probably.
And there's a pre-order for the Mandalorian Black Series action figures, 4-pack droids.
You got different faces. The same face.
Yeah, but that's interesting. Black Series, Luke Skywalker as well, Light Cruiser, 28th of August. So
yeah, I mean that's one
weird.
That one they said it's not coming out till next year. But that's maybe a character they didn't know about until later on. Obviously, they pushed it out because they didn't know she had a whip.
Yeah, maybe. You know what? That's maybe
it's just a Jedi body, isn't it?
And that might explain the Ahsoka the White as well from Ahsoka season 1 when she, turns to a Jedi Master basically. Because Ham. They obviously didn't know that were going to happen, but they released the Imperial Troopers. Like, I picked them up for like 12 quid each from Forbidden Planet, like the day after I finished watching the series. Strange. It's very strange. It feels like. Do you think the backlog of Star Wars and the Marvel Universe through lockdown and through Disney Plus is slowing the progress of release dates for toys? It's too much.
There is a lot coming out.
So much, right?
There's too much coming out. They need to. I mean, when I went to, I did that interview with Hasbro on the panel, and Gareth says to me, "Will you ask him if we can have a break so we can catch up?" So it was like it wasn't one of my main questions.
Yeah.
There was a bit of time left, and they said to all of us, "Oh, have you got any more questions?" And everybody was went. I thought, well, you're here talking to Hasbro. You know, I had like another 10 questions on my mind, so I asked that. And says, "Oh, well, you know what they're like politicians out there. They don't answer the question, but more or less said no. You know."
Yeah, well, they're not going to, are they? But like,
no, because it's
with
money,
the Mandalorian movie coming out at some point, and then the Rey movie coming out, I'm wondering if the Disney Plus series are just going to go to animation for a while, which is probably a good thing to do. Get Ahsoka season 2 out. That needs to come out. And I don't want to say it, but Acolyte probably does need a season 2. Not for the fact that it was a good show or a bad show. The promotion around it is insane. Like, any publicity is good publicity for companies like Disney.
I hate to admit it, but I'm all Star Wars out.
That's the problem.
The only thing I'm interested in the slightest is Andor season 2.
Yeah,
that is the only thing that I'm.
But it's like, I want to see Star Wars movies now. When I was growing up, the re-releases came out, and it was like, go to the cinema, watch A New Hope, and I was like, that was amazing. The year after, Empire came back out, and then a year after that, Return of the Jedi came back out, and it was so good. And then the prequels came out, and then it was, it was amazing for me because that was my first. Episode 1 was my first ever new Star Wars thing that didn't exist, and that was insane. It was so good to me. That was so good. I enjoyed it loads as a kid. And then obviously the rest of them came out. And then we had a massive break.
Thing is, what Dave's saying here, it's true. We had 16 years between Return of the Jedi and Episode 1. And we craved anything Star Wars. Never fell out of love with Star Wars. Maybe went over to Star Trek a bit because that was the thing then. But I was always, there wouldn't be a day where I wasn't thinking about Star Wars. And I'd actually thought about writing a book and whatever were going to come. And the books came out, the Thrawn trilogy, and they were just gobbled up because that's all we had.
Yeah.
But it could be true. We could do with a
break.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
I mean, everyone can take a personal break.
Need to press a reset button.
Yeah, they do.
I hate to say it, but it probably does need a big reset. I think there was a rumor that they were going to start doing a cartoon series of straight after Return of the Jedi, and that's what I've always wanted. I want something straight after Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, straight. What? Yeah,
I always thought, what happens next?
Mandoverse is still too far ahead for me, in my opinion.
Yeah, there's 5-year gap.
There's a gap. Like, what's Luke doing?
Yeah.
What happened after them fireworks went off? Like the big gap there.
The show is everything that happens now. Back in my day when Star Wars came out, it was all your own headcanon. What was the Empire? What was the Emperor? What the Clone Wars? We knew about them, but it was our own headcanon. And then we didn't want to be shown how Darth Vader became Darth Vader, really. But they've never showed us how Han and Leia coped with Ben and what happened with him. And they've done it in the comics, but just
not everyone reads comics, though. I didn't even know they'd done that. I didn't even know they'd done that.
It wasn't very.
But good. I do think, though, a nice big break now But obviously, we're screwed because Disney Plus exists. To be fair, they have to fill the streaming service with stuff.
Yeah, Shadows of the Empire was another one of those. I mean, we got a soundtrack, we got a book, we got a game, we got the figures. You know, it was like a new movie, but it wasn't a movie. He said that before. Yeah. So I mean, we've gone off on a tangent there.
We have, but it's always going to happen, isn't it? Because we can just talk for hours. But it's just,
I mean, we've come back to it with the Shadows of the Empire. I mean, finding those in Toys R Us back in the day, and going into Toys R Us on episode 1.
Oh man,
actually seeing things on pegs.
Yeah, Darth Maul's lightsaber, Qui-Gon Jinn's lightsaber, Obi-Wan's saber,
Midnight Madness.
Yeah, it was insane. It was so good. Walker's Chris having Jar Jar Binks' tongue that you could throw on the wall. It was everywhere. Yeah, Tazos. Yeah, I've got the full collection of that. I've got that for a gift actually. And Mrs. bought me. So like a full Tazos book. You can get them everywhere now, but it was really. I was just looking through it. I was like, I remember picking these up.
Yeah, it's like when you get somebody saying, "No, I've got this Star Wars stuff." They bring it. It's like a book of Tazos and episode 1 figures, and you're thinking, "Oh my
God." The fact that they released Palpatine as a example figure as well before the actual movie came out as well. The Emperor.
The Mace Windu figure came with the blue lightsaber instead of the purple one. Similar to what Hasbro's doing now.
Yeah, maybe it's a callback. Maybe it's an Easter egg.
Yeah.
Maybe Mace is going to come back.
Right, I think we've done an hour.
Yeah, I'm good.
And TJ's having a quiz in half an hour, so head over there.
Nice.
If you want to put your link in, TJ,
do it.
Try and get a few eyes over there. That'd be nice.
Well, it's been fun, man. Thanks for having me on again. Appreciate it.
If somebody wants to help her out there. The biggest blow to toy sales has been the loss of children's TV shows and toy adverts that went with them. I don't watch TV. I don't watch any TV, let alone children's TV. So I don't know if the adverts are still.
Maybe that's a good point though, because like maybe when I was a kid growing up, you know, you'd have like Power Rangers on, and you have the Power Rangers action figure adverts on. All that's on streaming services now with no adverts for that stuff.
The thing is, back in the 80s, it became, I think it was Ronald Reagan that did it. It became legal for toy adverts to be on during children's programs. And that's what Masters of the Universe came about as. And that's probably the biggest thing I can think of.
Wow.
Toys from a property instead of the other way around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In the 80s, it was nearly every show had its own toy because of the toy.
Yeah.
I mean, He-Man wouldn't. I think didn't Mattel tried to get the Conan the Barbarian license, and they didn't get it, so they thought we'll make us own.
Yeah.
And then like they went to show companies, and 5 minutes before they said, "Oh, we've got a TV show," because they tried to have a comic. They said, "Oh, we'll put a comic in," so they had to rush and get a comic, and then they said, "Oh, well, that's not good enough. All right, we've got a TV show," and so they had to go and make a TV show pretty quickly.
That's insane. Oh wait, isn't it mad how like these things come about from being under pressure and not having any exposure and stuff like that? I just feel like I don't know. Would it be like if you was watching like a Marvel cartoon and it showed the Marvel Legends figure? Do you think that'd make a kid want to go and buy a Marvel Legends figure, or would they still pick up the 12-inch massive Spider-Man that they can get from Smith's for £10?
There you go. That's TJ's link. I tell you what, when Mandalorian first came back on, Star Wars was back. It made me want to play with my figures again.
Right. Okay.
And Deadpool has done the same.
Makes me want to get them for sure. 100%.
Start smashing them against each other.
100%. Yeah, like you get that vibe from it. So I guess it's just they need to hit with the content for the merchandise to back it. And then obviously that's how you make the money. Like Star Wars is a merchandise machine. If you do that right, then because we know all the Anakin Black Series are going to sell out from the Ahsoka show. And when that comes out, that's going to sell out. Ahsoka the White's going to sell out. And that they were the two best bits of that. You know, when Anakin showed up as Hayden Christensen, it was like, what? You know, even in Obi-Wan as well. But we've not had any merch like that.
Peyton nobody likes Jar Jar still. Anyway, on that bombshell,
Jar Jar's $37.99 game.
Have you got anything coming out, by the way?
Yeah, video dropping tomorrow. Checking out the new B&M store, game, HMV, CX, stuff like that. So yeah, that'll be dropping tomorrow. Put it about 6 o'clock, something like that.
Yeah. Go check out my new old video.
Yeah, I will.
See you later.
Jacob, wait till me get the rope. Jacob, where you go? Jacob!